Do you remember that feeling? The feeling of rushing home from school because you couldn't stop thinking about what was waiting for you on that computer screen. The feeling of staring at a game's cover art and imagining an entire world before you even launch it. The feeling of getting lost, not knowing where to go, not knowing what was going to happen next, just exploring. I've been playing games for almost 18 years now, and lately I've caught myself asking a strange question: why doesn't gaming feel the same anymore? The games are bigger, the graphics are better, the world are more detailed than ever. So why did a tiny game from my childhood feel more magical than most the games I play today? I don't think it's because games got worse. I think something else changed. Honestly, I think it's me. When I was 10 years old, gaming felt like discovering secrets. You didn't know everything before starting a game. There wasn't YouTube guide waiting for you or a Reddit thread explaining the best builds. There wasn't a streamer who had already played the game for 400 hours before you even installed it. You were on your own, and that made everything exciting. Every hidden area felt like a discovery of your own. Every cheat code felt like a treasure. Every weird rumor felt believable. I remember hearing things from my friend that were completely probably fake. But we spent hours trying them anyway because just maybe they were real. Today, a game gets released and within 24 hours somebody has already uploaded the best build, the fastest route, everything you need to know, top 10 secrets before we even get the chance to get lost in it. The mystery dies before the adventure begins. We didn't optimize everything. I think one of the biggest differences is that we didn't play games efficiently. We played them badly. And I was playing them super badly. And that's exactly why they were so fun. Back then, I wasn't thinking about DPS or rank or win rate or meta strategies or best build. I wasn't watching guides to maximize every second of the game I play. I was just playing. If I found a weird weapon, I would most definitely use it. If I wanted to explore some random corner of the map, I would go there. And if I got stuck, I would spend hours figuring out how to get out of it. Not because it was efficient, because it was part of the experience. Today, gaming feels optimized. Everybody is in this rat race to complete the game before anybody else. Like, why? Sometimes you just gotta chill, feel the game, enjoy. Sometimes, before we even start the game, we already know which class is the strongest, which weapon is the broken, which route is the fastest, which choices are best. We have become so focused on getting the perfect experience that we are not even getting the complete experience. When you're 10 years old, everything feels massive. A small map feels enormous. A simple story feels like life changing. A loading screen feels mysterious. I remember launching games and genuinely feeling like I was entering another universe, not just playing one, entering one. I didn't care if the graphics were realistic, I cared about how the world made me feel. And maybe that's why, when you're young, your imagination fills the gap. A blocky castle isn't just a castle, it was a kingdom for me. A low resolution forest isn't just trees, it's an adventure waiting to happen for me. As we grow older, we become harder to impress. We have seen more games, more stories, more worlds, and that sense of wonder becomes harder to trigger. This is something I think about a lot. Back then, games were the destination. Now they are often the background. We are playing while watching YouTube, playing while checking Discord, playing while scrolling social media, playing while thinking about clips we can make out of this game, thinking about content we can make out of this game, thinking about ranks, thinking about progress, thinking about what comes next. But when I was younger, the game had my complete full attention. For those few hours, nothing else existed. No notification, no endless feeds, no second screen, just me and the game. And maybe that's the part of the magic we have lost. Not because games changed, because our attention span did. We were experiencing things for the first time. I think this is one of the biggest reasons. The truth is, you can only experience something for the first time once. The first online friend, the first magical multiplayer match, the first open world experience, the first game that made you cry, the first game you couldn't stop thinking about. The first game you stayed awake way too late because you just wanted to play a little bit longer. Those moments aren't magical because the games were perfect, they're magical because they were new. And when you're a kid, everything is new. Every genre, every mechanic, every world, every possibility. That's a feeling that becomes harder to recreate as you get older. Not because you're broken, not because gaming is dying, but because you have lived enough through so many of your firsts. Comment down any of your firsts, guys. I would love to hear them. So, why did gaming used to feel magical? Maybe it wasn't the graphics or the games or the industry. Maybe it was the mystery. Maybe it was curiosity. Maybe it was having less information. Maybe it was giving games our full attention. Or maybe it was just simply being young. But I don't think that magic is completely gone. I think it's hidden behind the guides, behind the algorithm, behind the endless grind, behind our habit of playing games every day. Sometimes all it takes is just trying something new, a genre you have never touched, a game nobody's talking about, a world you have never seen before. Because every once in a while, a game will surprise you, and for a few brief moments, you will feel it again. That feeling, that one you had when you were 10 years old, that feeling that made you fall in love with gaming in the first place. And maybe that's why we keep playing. Not because we are chasing ranks, not because we are chasing achievements, but because we are chasing that magic one more time. That's all for today, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.